Have you ever wondered if someone you love has begun to show subtle yet concerning changes over the past year? Many assume that death in old age occurs suddenly, but the reality is that the body often gives quiet signals, sometimes months or even a year in advance, before life reaches its final stage. The issue is that most people overlook these signs because they initially appear minor, and only in hindsight do families realize the clues were there all along. By then, however, it's too late to prepare, too late to make those final moments truly count. In this video, we're going to discuss 5 key indicators that frequently emerge about a year before an elderly person passes away. Some of these signs might be things you've observed and dismissed as normal aging, while others may seem minor but actually indicate the body's gradual decline. Recognizing these signals early on gives you the chance to provide improved care, create cherished memories, and most importantly, ensure that your loved one's final stage of life is filled with comfort, dignity, and peace. Stay with us until the end, because these 5 signs can help you prepare both emotionally and practically for what lies ahead. When you understand what is happening, you won't be caught off guard. You'll be able to make the most of the time remaining with those you love. Number 1. Significant weight loss. One of the earliest and most revealing signs that someone may be approaching the end of life is unintentional weight loss. At first, it might seem slight. Perhaps you notice a belt that needs tightening, clothes that hang looser, or a once hearty appetite that has faded. Many families write this off as simply part of aging, but the truth is that losing weight without trying is rarely a good sign. It often suggests that the body isn't absorbing nutrients as efficiently as it once did, that muscle mass is dwindling, and that vital systems are beginning to slow down. While aging naturally leads to some loss of muscle, rapid loss is a red flag that something deeper is occurring. The body might be struggling to digest food properly, or it may no longer process protein effectively, resulting in muscle wasting. This loss of strength not only makes daily movement more challenging, but also increases the risk of falls, weakens the immune system, and makes the person more susceptible to infections. Another factor contributing to weight loss in the final year is changes in appetite. Many elderly individuals no longer feel hunger the way they used to. Their sense of taste diminishes, food loses its appeal, and they may begin to skip meals or eat much smaller portions. This isn't just a matter of preference, it's a physiological change, where the body, sensing its impending shutdown, stops sending strong hunger signals to the brain. The result is less energy, diminished strength, and a gradual decline in overall health. Additionally, underlying medical conditions play a role. Weight loss is a common symptom of chronic illnesses like cancer, heart failure, or kidney disease, all of which can begin progressing long before more obvious symptoms appear. Even conditions such as depression or cognitive decline can lead to a reduced desire to eat, initiating a downward spiral where the body isn't receiving enough fuel. While some families try to resolve the issue by encouraging their loved ones to eat more, offering favorite dishes or supplementing meals with protein drinks, if the weight continues to drop despite these efforts, it's important to recognize that the problem isn't solely about diet. It's the body preparing for a profound transition. At this stage, forcing large meals may not help. Instead, focusing on comforting, easy-to-eat foods and ensuring proper hydration can have a more positive effect on quality of life. If you notice significant weight loss in an elderly loved one, especially if they're eating less, feeling weaker, or struggling to stay active, it's time to pay close attention. This isn't merely about physical appearance, it's the body's way of sending a message. Understanding that message now can help you prepare for the road ahead with clarity, compassion, and the ability to make every remaining moment truly meaningful. Number 2. Extreme fatigue and weakness. Another prominent change in the final year of life is a deep, persistent fatigue that doesn't subside with rest. It's not simply feeling a bit tired after a long day. It's an overwhelming exhaustion that makes even basic tasks seem insurmountable. Getting out of bed becomes a monumental effort, and even walking across a room can require substantial energy. Daily activities that were once routine, such as cooking, dressing, or engaging in conversation, begin to feel draining. This profound fatigue isn't merely a result of aging, It's a sign that the body is conserving its remaining energy as its organs start to slow down. The heart may not pump as effectively, circulation weakens, and muscles receive less oxygen than they once did. Consequently, many elderly individuals in their final months feel not only physically weak and unsteady, but also unable to sustain the same level of activity they enjoyed before. A key element here is metabolic slowdown. The body is designed to produce and use energy, but as it prepares for its final phase, the energy it produces is redirected away from fueling movement. This shift means the person may start sleeping more, taking longer naps during the day, and finding it harder to remain awake for extended periods. Sometimes, there are sudden drops in energy where someone appears fine one moment and then is completely drained the next. Perhaps the most heartbreaking aspect of this process is its emotional toll. Many seniors who once took pride in their independence begin to feel frustrated or even embarrassed by their inability to perform tasks as they once did. This can lead to social withdrawal, not out of disinterest, but because they simply don't have the energy to participate, which only accelerates the decline. For family members, watching a loved one transition from being active and engaged to constantly exhausted and withdrawn is deeply painful. It's crucial to recognize that forcing activity will not alleviate the fatigue. Rather, it's about understanding their limits and making their remaining days as comfortable as possible. Cherish conversations, create moments of peace, and support them without imposing expectations. If you notice that a loved one is experiencing ongoing deep fatigue that isn't alleviated by rest, take it as a sign that their body is undergoing a major transition. This is the time to focus on creating an environment where they can rest comfortably, without pressure to perform tasks that once came easily. Number 3. Increase cognitive confusion or withdrawal. As a person nears the end of life, one of the most noticeable changes can occur in the way they think, communicate, and interact with others. You might observe that someone who was once sharp and engaged begins to forget things more frequently, struggles to follow conversations, or appears disoriented in places that have always been familiar. They may start repeating themselves, have difficulty recalling names, or lose track of time, even if they never had memory issues before. These subtle cognitive shifts can occur months or even a full year before death, and they're more than just the occasional lapse that comes with aging. They represent a decline in the brain's ability to function, which can have a significant impact on the person's independence. As cognitive abilities diminish, even everyday tasks like remembering to take medications, preparing a meal, or recognizing the signs of an illness become increasingly challenging. This decline can lead to a dangerous cycle, where forgetting to drink water results in dehydration, or not eating enough causes nutritional imbalances, all of which further compromise health. Furthermore, this cognitive decline increases the risk of accidents. Forgetting to turn off the stove, leaving doors unlocked, or wandering into unsafe areas are all potential hazards that become more likely as mental clarity fades. The scariest part is that many people don't realize their cognitive abilities are deteriorating until the decline has already advanced considerably. Early warning signs, such as consistently forgetting names, struggling to follow conversations, or misplacing important items, should not be dismissed as simple forgetfulness. Instead, they are clear indications that the brain is signaling a change. One of the best defenses against cognitive decline is to keep the brain active. Just as muscles need exercise, the brain requires regular stimulation to remain sharp. Activities like reading, learning new skills, solving puzzles, and engaging in meaningful conversations can help maintain cognitive function. Additionally, physical exercise is crucial, as increased blood flow to the brain helps preserve memory and other cognitive abilities. Number 4. Frequent infections and slow healing. Another clear sign that the body is nearing the end of its journey is a weakened immune system, which is often evident through frequent infections and slow healing of wounds. You might notice that someone who rarely fell ill before now catches colds, the flu, or other minor infections more frequently. Simple wounds such as cuts, bruises, or small sores may take an unusually long time to heal. These changes are not random. They indicate that the body's ability to repair and defend itself is diminishing. The immune system relies on a complex network of cells and processes to fight off pathogens, and as we age, this system gradually loses its efficiency. Conditions that were once trivial can become serious threats, and even minor illnesses may lead to complications. For instance, pneumonia, urinary tract infections, and skin infections become much more dangerous when the body cannot mount a strong defense. This weakened state can also affect how well medications work. Antibiotics that used to resolve an infection quickly might now require longer courses or higher doses. The repeated occurrence of infections can create a significant burden on the body, accelerating the decline in overall health and diminishing quality of life. Chronic wounds are another worrying sign. If you notice that small cuts or bruises are not healing as quickly as they once did, it could be a sign of compromised circulation and reduced immune function. These seemingly minor issues can lead to serious infections if not addressed promptly. Number 5. Major changes in breathing or circulation. One of the most telling signs that the body is preparing for its final stage is a noticeable alteration in breathing patterns and overall circulation. You may observe that your loved one starts to breathe more slowly or shallowly than before, with occasional pauses between breaths or irregularities in the rhythm of their breathing. Sometimes their breathing might alternate between deep, rapid breaths and long pauses, a pattern known as Cheney-Stokes respiration. Over time, these changes become more pronounced and frequent. Additionally, you might notice signs of weakened circulation. For example, their hands, feet, or even the tip of their nose and ears might feel cold to the touch. Their skin may take on a pale or bluish tint, particularly around the extremities, which indicates that the body is prioritizing blood flow to vital organs over the limbs. This is a clear sign that the heart is not pumping as efficiently as it once did, and that overall circulation is compromised. For some individuals, even minimal activity, like walking across the room or simply sitting up, can cause them to feel short of breath. In some cases, fluid buildup in the lungs may occur, which can lead to a persistent cough or a tight feeling in the chest. These symptoms are often mistaken for a common cold or minor congestion, but in elderly individuals nearing the end of life, they are serious warning signs. One of the simplest ways to ease discomfort associated with these changes is to create a comfortable environment. Adjusting the room temperature, using a humidifier, and ensuring that they stay well hydrated can help. But the most important step is to recognize that these changes in breathing and circulation are natural signals that the body is conserving energy. They are a cue for family members to provide comfort, reassurance, and a peaceful environment. Final thoughts. As we conclude this video, take a moment to reflect on these 5 critical signs that often appear in the year leading up to an elderly person's passing: significant weight loss, extreme fatigue and weakness, increased cognitive confusion or withdrawal, frequent infections with slow healing, and major changes in breathing or circulation. Although these signs might seem to develop slowly or appear insignificant at first, they are powerful indicators that the body is preparing for its final transition. Remember, these causes are responsible for nearly all deaths after 75. Yet the essential takeaway is that they are not inevitable. Many people underestimate how much control they have over their own health until it's too late. The truth is that by making small, consistent changes today, whether it's improving your diet, staying active, monitoring cognitive function, or managing your environment, you can add years of strength, clarity, and independence to your life. Consider your daily habits. Are there areas where you could make even the smallest improvements? Perhaps it's eating a healthier diet, being more physically active, keeping a closer watch on your cognitive health, or ensuring that your environment is optimized for comfort. You don't need to change everything overnight. Even one small step in the right direction can set you on the path to a better, longer life. Your well-being is your most valuable asset, and the more you protect it, the longer you can enjoy quality time with loved ones, maintain your independence, and live without the constant fear of preventable health issues. Thank you for joining us today. We would love to hear from you. Please leave a comment sharing one thing you learned today, and how you plan to incorporate it into your life. Your feedback is incredibly valuable and helps us create more content to inform and inspire you. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share your support so we can continue making content that empowers you to live your best life. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.